Today we're making a Korean style spicy garlic noodle. This dish has a deep, rich flavor and it is very spicy. For today's dish, we're going to need 6 garlic cloves finely chopped, the hot pepper of your choice, in this case we use the serrano, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of golden mountain sauce or dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of gochujang, 1 tablespoon of a hot chili powder, in this case we used Korean gochugaru, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and about 3 ounces of fresh rice noodles. In a hot pan, add some neutral oil. Once your oil is heated, go ahead and add your garlic and the whites of the green onion. I did neglect to mention the green onion when I was listing the ingredients, but I almost always use green onion tops for garnish, so I put the whites in here to add a little additional flavor. This is also the time that you can add your hot chili pepper. You can use the pepper of your choice. We chose to use serrano today. We have fresh rice noodles here that we were able to pick up at the Asian market. If you can't find the fresh, then it's okay to use the dry version. They'll be medium or large. Just soak them for about an hour in advance until they're pliable. Just make sure to drain any excess liquid before you add them to your pan. Fresh rice noodles are a bit of a labor of love. They come in blocks with long strips and you have to hand peel the strips apart. They're very delicate and it does take some time to do this, but it's definitely worth the effort. And now it's time to add the sauce. You want to mix the noodles with the sauce and get everything completely coated, being somewhat delicate because the noodles are very fragile. Unfortunately, I was probably a little bit rougher here than I should have been, but it works out in the end. Now you just want to spread the noodles out to make maximum contact with the pan. This will allow some of the moisture to evaporate, as well as encourage some charring on the noodles, which will add just another layer of flavor. As I mentioned in a previous video about bulgogi, there are many very different brands of gochujang. The gochujang I found this time was in a Korean market. It's more of a paste than the one I found in the supermarket. The supermarket one was thinner, a lot more like a ketchup texture. The one I got in the Asian market is thicker, more of a paste, and much, much hotter. So as I said in that video, you have to do a little experimenting to find out which flavor works best for you. After about a minute or so, you want to give the noodles a toss or a gentle stir. Still trying not to break the noodles up too much because they are delicate, as I mentioned before. Once you do that, you want to spread them back out again so they're making maximum contact with the pan. We also use gochugaru. Gochugaru is a powdered chili pepper. It is very spicy and can be found also in an Asian market. Allow it to cook on this side for another minute or two until most of the moisture has evaporated. You can tell by this sound that this has happened. It goes from that wet frying sound to that dry sizzle. At this point, you want to give it another stir or a toss. And as you can see, we've developed a little bit of char on this side. So on the second side, after you flip it, just allow it to cook for another minute to 90 seconds. And now that you've cooked it, it's time to serve it, eat it, and enjoy it. This Korean style spicy garlic noodle dish was very easy to make. The most difficult part was separating the rice noodles from each other, but in the end, it is well worth it. You can see some of the char that we developed on the noodles by allowing them to cook in the dry pan for a little longer. And when you taste it, it tastes really good. The noodles have a nice chew to them. The sauce has a little bit of smoky flavor in the background from that char, and it's very, very spicy. As with any spicy dish, you can adjust the spice to your own taste. It may take a time or two to find the right heat level for you, but it's well worth the effort.
On behalf